Okay, I think we are live. Seems that YouTube tried to change the time of my live. I set it for 11:30 and it bumped it to 11 and I didn't catch it. So hopefully I'm going to give it a minute, let some people get on here. See if I can get the chat. Hey Sharon. Hey Melissa. Sorry about the confusion, guys. YouTube changed my start time to 11 and I set it at 11:30. I guess it just didn't take and I didn't catch it. Hi Kathy Ann. Because you have to set the hour and then you have to set the minutes and then you have to set AM or PM, and it evidently rolled it back on me and I didn't catch it. Hi Irma. I did. Hi Lou. So, and we've got a few coming in on Facebook too. Welcome everybody. Hey Tina. Haven't seen you at a live in a while. So today we are going to be making some gift wrap. And guys, if you've got a roll of butcher paper or craft paper, you can get that anywhere. You can get it on, you can get the roll of butcher paper on Cricut if you want the white, and if you want the craft color, you can get it off of Amazon. I do have an Amazon link below. I appreciate you guys shopping with me if you're shopping on Amazon, and links below are for, and I did say 11 o'clock on this thing right here, so I messed up. Okay, I did. I messed up. I put it on my calendar for 11:30 and I put it on everything else for 11, so my bad. I apologize. I wrote it down wrong. Dummy. All right. So let's play the intro and get started since I'm already late.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. It's your birthday. Hooray.
All right. A happy birthday to all of our November members. This is our calendar. Today is Black Friday. I am going to try to go live on Monday too, and I may, if I can, go live on Sunday afternoon. So you guys bear with me. If I go live on Sunday afternoon, I think that we are going to put together the nutcracker that is in Designspace, and I'll show you that here in just a moment. Don't forget, we have one more drawing in December on the 8th. You have until December the 7th. This is a crafter's choice. You can win that $100 Cricut coupon or shopping spree. The codes are kind of messed up, so we're doing a shopping spree instead. And you can pick $100 worth of Cricut merchandise, and I will order that from Cricut and have it shipped directly to you from Cricut. So make sure that you're doing your crafter's choice. You can pick any image and any Cricut material and any project and post it up. Make sure you're entering on Rafflecopter when you do this. Rafflecopter draws those entries on craftingwithapril.co. The giveaway tab, you will find all the details. You can also find them in the pinned post in the groups. Also, while you're there, don't forget to do the December giveaway. Merry Auto Pressmas giveaway, guys. We are giving away an auto press. Oh, I want a Cricut auto press for Christmas. Only a Cricut auto press will do. I keep that stuck in my head. You guys may as well too. So, make sure that you're entering that. You have a really good chance of winning a Cricut AutoPress. So jump in there and do that. You have to use a Cricut iron-on, and it has to be an iron-on project. You can iron on paper, cards, hats, you name it. There, signs. There are several ways to use iron-on. It doesn't have to be a shirt or a hat. You can use your imagination and use some foil on cards. It's beautiful, and you can do it very simple and easy. So, and don't forget today's doorbusters, guys. Make sure you're going in there shopping that Black Friday sale. There's 50% off materials and accessories. Your Cricut Access discount is going to apply automatically. Make sure you add the group code CUTIES to your cart. And once you hit $100 in eligible merchandise, that 10% off and free shipping will kick in. If you don't want to spend $100, make sure that you use the NOV ship or ship NOV for your free shipping codes. If you have premium, I think $49 you get free shipping. It will show you that in Access. You didn't know I could sing, Louise? Maybe a little. Oh no, Marianne. I mean Tina. That's Tina, not Marianne. Hopefully the sound will kick back in for you. You may need to reboot. Hopefully not, but that might be it. Might be an internet issue. All right, so let's take a look over here. This is the gift wrap that I did, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it. Now, you can change this up for any colors. There are several things that you can do. You don't have to use snowflakes. You don't have to use the Let It Snow. You can just use this these blue bars here for your base. This would be super pretty in silver or gold shimmer paper. It would be gorgeous. And then you've got your coordinating pieces. I'm not going to save this. I'll ungroup it for you guys. You've got your coordinating pieces that you can do to go with it. I will say that I have flattened this and I added the snowflakes that I picked for the stencil here. I added them here and popped them on there. So you can tie in whatever your sentiment is. You can tie in your design for your stamping or the way that we're going to do our gift wrap. We're not stamping, we're going to brush it or whatever you want to call it. We're going to do that on there. And you can tie in any images that you want onto your tag here and then use these just by simply changing the color. Now I did a ribbon bow, but for this one, and I'll show that to you guys, I did a ribbon on the one that I posted up right here. I did a ribbon on this, but if you don't want to do ribbon, I've got a paper bow in here and I cut one and I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. Okay. So we're going to grab that. Now, if you have a larger package, you may need to cut an extra one of these so you can duplicate it. I have made these 3 inches wide. This is for a little bit larger box, and 11.5, which is max length. And I would not skew them down. I would just slice it. If you want to make another one, I'm going to open up a new one and show you how I did this so that you can make one that's either narrower without skewing it. Because if you were to unlock this to make it narrower, it's, you can see how it kind of skews up those circles and makes them oval and things like that. If you like that look, that's simply all you got to do, but it kind of changes your scallop as well. But that's not a bad scallop either. So either way that you want to do it. But I'm going to show you how I achieved it using basic shapes, and that way you can slice out or subtract any image that you want from the middle and change it up. Now, no matter how many of these you cut for your package, for every one you cut, you will need one oval. And that's going to tie this end to this end, okay, so that it's not showing on the package. And that's how we're going to make our ribbon. So if you cut 2, you'll need 2 ovals. If your package requires 3 or 4, you will need 3 or 4 ovals. All right. just so you have that. This piece is cut from acetate, and I did use the big snowflake. You can use all of them if you want. I did keep all of mine. I've got them here on my desk somewhere, but you can use these to decorate the package with as well, and then you have your stencil also. So it's like an all-in-one. You've got your bow, you got your sentiment, you got your ribbon, and you got a stencil to make your paper match. You could buy just a plain white or a craft wrapping paper, and it will work as well as butcher paper. It's totally up to you what you use there. You could even flip a paper over that has a white back on it and maybe a design on the other side, and you can use that as well. So this has so much variety for you guys. So I'm going to go to new. I'm going to replace. But before I do that, I want to go over to, if I go live Sunday, if you guys are interested, if I can find him right here. Are you guys interested in making this, putting one together, this 3D nutcracker? It would be the live would probably take a little bit of time. Hi, Kathy. I'm late today. I set everything for 11, I guess, and put on my calendar 11:30. So I apologize for that. Hi, Loretta. So if you want, Sunday we will put this guy together. You guys let me know. If I go live on Sunday, that's what we're going to do. So let's go to a new project. And this is the way that I laid this out. First, I got my square. And the way I determined the width of my square, I just unlocked it. And I'm just going to change the color to something pretty so you guys can see it. Let's do red. Change it to what you need. Now I knew that I wanted, because I measured my box, I decided I wanted a 3-inch band. So I knew that to make my scallop, I was probably going to use a 1/2-inch circle for this. So a 1/2 inch on the top, 1/2 inch on the bottom would be 1 inch. So I made this 2 inches wide, okay? And then I made it 11 inches wide. 11.5 wide. I'm sorry, not 11, 11.5 and 2. And then I'm just going to lock that back. Then I came over and got a circle. Well, there we go. Wants to be a little slow. And I made that 0.5. 1/2 inch, okay? I think I made this 2.5 inches. I apologize. That was 2.5 inches. 2.5 on that band. Because I want 3 inches overall, and I'm only going to use half of my circle. So let's make that back to 0.5. And we're just going to scoot this down out of the way. Now I'm just going to duplicate this several times. I didn't count how many I did. Okay, I just duplicated many. Then I just selected them all and I aligned to the top. Okay, and then I brought one in and I aligned to the left, and then I selected the last one and I aligned it to the right. All right, and then I'm just going to move this out of the way again. That sets my points, and it should read right here, once you select all your circles, your width should be 11.5, which should match this. Once you have that, you're going to come in here and you're going to align, distribute horizontally. Okay, they don't touch. So I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to select some and I'm going to duplicate them. I'm just going to bring them up here. And I'm not going to move anything. I'm just selecting them to see that I put them below, and I'm going to align top. And then I'm going to go back and distribute horizontally. Now they're all touching. That's what I want. Once they're all touching, I'm going to combine, and you can unite here if you think that you might want to undo it, or you can weld it. Totally up to you. So I'm just going to unite right now. Now that they're all touching, and I'm going to duplicate that. And then we're going to bring this up, and remember I use my crosshairs a lot but this is the easiest way that I found to do this. Take your first set and position them with your position tool up here at the 0, 0. Okay? Then you want to take this one, and because I'm only using half of that, I want to put that at 0.25 and 0. All right? And then I am going to bring this one up, and it needs to be at the 2, because this is a 1/2 inch, and I know that I've got my band here to be 3. I want to put that on a 2.5 and the 0. Select it all, and again, you can unite or you can weld. If you want to unite to make sure that you've got it right, you can do that, and then once you have it and it looks all like you want it to, your scallops are pretty and everything's there, then you can merge those layers and get rid of that and get all of that into one layer there. Super easy and simple. Did everybody understand how I made that scalloped edge? Yes, Loretta, it is to create the scalloped edge. Super easy to do. Super easy. And if you have a circle, you can create that scalloped edge on a circle, because I know that if you wanted to make an oval or something like that, you can do it and just place them where they touch. Okay? With a circle, it's easier to use your dots from a font and enlarge the dot to the size you want, and then make a bunch of dots and curve them, and then bring them together. You can ungroup them and bring them together and do the same thing. So it's super easy to do that. It's sort of similar to the stamped edge that we did the other day. Sorry, I had to have another sip of coffee there. All right. So now you got to look for an image, and you may want to do the little stars like I did. I went into images and I searched. I will leave this, guys, for a scalloped edge wrapping with nothing on it, so that you can pick your own images to slice if you want. And I won't leave any other images in here. That way you have a free basic, because that used nothing but circles and squares. So if you guys want me to save it, just let me know. So I'm going to search for stars, and I just came in and started looking for backgrounds, and I think this is the one I used. This is the one I ended up with, I think. But there are so many different things that you can use. No, this is it. This is the one I used right here. So this is image M41C34A18. That's the one I used for the one I did. But this one is super cute too. But you have to remember, you don't want to go too small. We'll grab that. This would be cute on there, especially for like a birthday. These would be fantastic for birthdays. You could even do your leopard print. You would need to look for the leopard print background. But tons of things that you can use. You just want to use something, and you can use individual images and group them together to get those in there. That would be cute. These would be pretty too. So lots of things you can do. Let's see if there's... Oh, what about a poinsettia? We could do poinsettias on this one. I don't know if these candy canes would work. You need an edge on them so that those pieces don't fall out, but it still looks like a candy cane. Let's do a poinsettia. Oh, that would be pretty. This would work perfect right here. Don't want to get anything too intricate because of the... I know which one I'm looking for. Look for ivy. I want to make one a little bit different so you guys can, or holly. Let's do holly. I'm looking for the Anna Griffin one. I know which one I want. It's in a circle. I probably should go over to her. Probably should go over to her set. Ooh, that would be pretty. You could probably cut something like that out of there too. Oh, let's just grab that. Does anybody know that image number? I know that we use it tons and tons and tons. I'm going to grab that image right there too. You could use something like this on the front. Okay, let's, more than one way to skin a cat. Image sets, Anna Griffin. I can't remember the name of all the sets. I try. Is that it? No, that is not it. Let me go back. Sometimes we have to search for our image. I don't know if that's it or not. We might be able to use that. I'll just grab that one. I'm tired of looking for it. I did have a great Thanksgiving. How about yourself? I'm not sure who that is. Hi, Carla. I can't see everybody. Carla and Paula are all over there. So now we have this one. Let's see, we'll have this one. I don't think this one is going to work. The one I'm talking about was in a circle. It's Anna Griffin, I know it is, but you can use something like this. This will work. So I'm just going to duplicate that a couple of times and kind of intertwine it. And the way that I intertwine it is I flip one and flip it vertical as well. And I might have to go in and contour out those two. Let me flip that back now. And nope, I took out the wrong two. Not those. Take those. There we go. That's better. So now I can kind of intertwine those to where they look meshed. And I'm going to group that and duplicate it. And maybe just one more. I don't need three. Three will do. So I'm going to get rid of that one. And let's contour it one more time and take out maybe those. There we go. Let's put one back. You just have to play with it and get them like you want it. That looks pretty good. So now I'm just going to align. I'm going to center these vertically, and I am going to combine them or weld them. And then I'm going to align the center, and then you can slice it. I'm just going to subtract so I can undo it. And then you have your cutouts on there. Now you can add more snowflakes or take more dots, whatever it is that you wanted to do. Oh no, Loretta, I'm so sorry. That's tough to get over. So super easy and simple. And then this piece, you could use something like this, but I am going to go with this one. I am going to actually undo that because I said I was going to make one of these without that in there for you guys. That way you can subtract it yourself. And I forgot to do it. So you can get rid of this if you don't want to cut it. And you can either attach that or subtract it. Totally up to you. Now this piece also, I would go in and make it just a little bit wider than my strip. And now we're going to do a offset. And I don't really want that bumped out there, so I'm just going to go with a circle. I don't like that bump out on there, so we're just going to make that white. Arrange, bring this to the front. Okay, make that a little bit smaller. That's perfect. Align that to the center, and we will duplicate that circle. We're going to select these two, and you can change the colors at this point if you want to change your colors. Maybe you want to color sync your reds so that they match. You can go in and do that, your greens, etc. You want to flatten. So once you have that flattened, that one is good. And then I would make this circle maybe a silver and make it slightly larger. And then you have that group. All right, and I'm just going to subtract this one more time so you can kind of get an idea of what that would look like on your package. How cute is that? Super easy and simple to create your packaging. Again, I'm going to leave that like it is. So I'm going to save this. Red gift wrap. We're going to save that. And let's just go ahead and make it public. So if you want something free, cancel. So if you want it to be free, all you've got to do is do your own thing up here instead of slice and find your own image. But the basic gift wrap piece is made from basic shapes. And then you're going to need your closure, so you need an oval. And I skewed this, I just changed it to 90 degrees and unlocked it, made it slender and made it 2.5 inches. All right, and that's going to be your joining piece. All right, so that is in the Cricut community. I have not cut one of them, but I cut the blue one. So let's go over and talk about how I did that and show you guys how to put it together and to make everything come in. Now you would need to also do something for your background, or maybe a holly leaf. You want to cut that out of a piece of acetate to create your stencil. I did not put that in there, and it's not necessary. If you just want to do some basic white paper for this one, that would be gorgeous. All right, let me pop over to the overhead. Yay, there we are. So, and I've been playing around with this box. I put some Nuvo drops on the back of it just to see, and it's still loose enough that if you want to do that, you can take them off. And my seam, it hides my seam of my paper under here. Oops, I lost my bow. My bow hasn't wanted to stick. Humidity. But I put rhinestones on there in various places, just threw a few of them on there. You can use Nuvo drops and decorate it up. Very fun and easy. And this is just an empty chocolate box, Walt Whitman's or something like that. So lots of things that you can do. And I'm just going to show you guys how I joined these up and how I colored them. I'm not going to be wrapping a box, but, well, I'll put it on that one. I'll slide this one off and we'll put it on this box so you guys can see. Because they don't have to destroy it to get it off the box. So you're going to take these two pieces and you're going to take, or you want to check and see what fits onto the box that you're doing. And again, you will need as many of these as it takes to cover your box. Also, when you're cutting this, I cut this on Intricate, and I want to show you the difference. This one was cut on a not-so-sticky mat and a not-so-sharp blade. And you see all of those little chads that I had to poke through on the back and pull off, things like that. Look at the difference if you use a good mat and a sharp blade. I cut this on Intricate, none of that, more pressure, anything like that. And it peeled off perfectly clean. All those little dots, all of that, they're all in there. So using a good mat and a good blade always helps. So I'm just going to take one of my oval discs and I'm going to put some glue on half of it. Okay? And then I'm just going to bring in one of my straps or one of my layers and just glue that right on. Okay? And then I'm just going to put glue on the other half and we're going to butt those right up against each other. And that's going to help hide the seam. Okay? Now if this is too long for your package, you're just going to trim it off at the closest point, okay? Or you can even overlap it if you need to, okay? But I'm doing the disc so that I don't have to overlap. And again, you're going to do the same thing. Put it on half. Bring that in. And then you're just going to loop this around. And you're going to join them. Now you can put it around the package and loop it if you want, but I know that this fits on my package just like it is. Just want to get those edges even. And so you have just a little band. Okay, and I would let it dry before I slipped it over onto the package so you don't pull it apart. I have enough play in this one that I think I'm good. It's easier if you put it on the package and do it. That way you don't have it hanging up on all of your little cutouts. And then I'm just going to kind of spin it so that this is in the center of my package. Totally up to you. If you want this at the top, you can do that, but I liked it in the center. Super easy. Now comes the fun. You have to ink your package, okay? So you can ink it, the paper beforehand, or you can wrap it and then ink it after. Totally up to you. And I'm just ripping off a piece of this. And I'm just going to fold it in half. Because you can kind of see through it a little bit, especially if there's any writing on the box. So you'll want to fold your paper in half and double it up. And again, you can do this prior to wrapping or after. I did it after because to me it was just easier. And I am using a peacock paper, and so I'm using a peacock ink. This is from Close to My Heart. And I can use my Tim Holtz mat here and do all of that, but there's no need for me to have to clean that up. I'm just going to use my lid. So here's my acetate where I cut those out, and I'm going to be using these on the package. So nothing is being wasted here. And then I have my brush, and I just tap it into the ink. And I guess I will use my mat here. I forgot to get a cloth to clean this up with, but oops. Don't worry about that. We'll hide it. It'll hide in a seam. I'm using gloves simply because I don't want to go and have to clean up in the middle of my video here. And my baby wipes have walked off. So I'm just going to tap off, and you can tap it off and just place it wherever you want. And that's why I say wrap your package and then do this. That way you can put these where you want them. And you can go in a circle like this, but if you have little intricate places like these snowflakes, it can lift those up. I got a little edge there. You want to be careful of those edges too. But I found that it was easier just to tap it off and just dab. And I could control how much ink, if I wanted some lighter, some darker, and that's what I did, okay? And again, you can do the swirls and things like that if you want to, but you have to be very careful not to lift these edges and bend them up, or you're not going to get good clean images. And I just went random and did different lightnesses. I overlapped some. I didn't make some of them whole, just so that it gave a variety. And that's all I did. I just went over my package wherever I thought it might need it. And again, I found that dabbing was better for this pattern. I should say. But just go in after you've wrapped and add your snowflakes wherever you want them. Okay? It's a lot of fun, easy, simple to do. Okay? Then I'm just going to cut a piece of this off because I'm going to use the paper one. I had this white ribbon, okay? And I didn't like the white, how it popped on there with the rest of it. I wanted it to be toned down. So I actually, yes, I inked it. And you can just tap off and just ink over it. All right. But you'll want to do the back side too, because you're going to be tying a bow. So you want that back side inked as well. And then you can just let that sit and dry. Let your ink dry on it. Okay? And you can control how light or dark you get this by how much ink you want to put on it. Okay? So do yourself a little test piece prior to. And that's going to give you the color ribbon that matches your paper perfectly, because you're using the same color ink. Is that making sense for you guys? And you can keep your stencil. You can use it over and over and over. Okay? So I need to clean those up. Next, I used Cricut glitter silver cardstock. But I wanted, you guessed it, I wanted it in the same tone. So I just went in and I inked around all of the edges. And you can layer the ink up to get it the color that you want. And I don't know if it's going to show on camera, but it's very pretty here. You can see how it changes the tone of it. You could do this with the white glitter too. Okay. You can start in the middle and go out to the edges. It's kind of easier on this. That way you don't mess up your edges. because the center is going to be hidden anyway, so if it gets darker, it's not a big deal. And just keep layering on that ink till you get it to the tone that you want. And then we're going to let that dry. So now I have this to match my package. Okay? Inking can change so much. It can change so much. Alright, so we're going to keep this, and I'm going to put this off to the side and clean it later. Clean my brush and everything. And again, this was, I don't know if this is still available, any of you ladies that do close to my heart. This is the peacock that I used, and the paper I used for the banner. This is, I think this is my Cricut butcher paper, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that, let me put this off to the side so I don't get ink on everything. This is the Joann's brand paper. It's the Park Lane. Comes in the multicolor packs. This is the one I used. And it is the peacock color, I believe. Yep, it's the peacock out of this pack. This is the closest to Cricut cardstock that you will get, in my opinion. I love the Cricut cardstock, but I couldn't find the tone that I wanted for this package. So, taking this disc, we are going to put, where did I put my glue? Never mind. We're going to put a little bit of glue, and I just put my glue right down the center of the package here, and then centered up. I'm going to pick that off because we're going to do something different on this one. Put that on there. And then if you're using art glitter glue, you can get your colored disc. If you're using one of those, you can do many layers. Totally up to you. I don't think I did a red layer in that file. You can add one in that red gift wrap. And then this piece I popped up with some foam tape. And this is by Scrapbook Adhesives. You can get this on Amazon. It comes in white and black. What I'm using here is it's 10 millimeter wide or 0.39 inch wide. May as well say close to a ½ inch. I'm just going to place a couple of pieces on there. I still got ink on me. I knew handling all that I would. Yeah, I want to be careful. Make sure your inks are dry before you start handling your package and your pieces. You don't want to get ink on there. And then I just, before I do that, I'm just going to let that sit there. I don't want it to stick yet. There we go. I had some pieces. Now, these are the pieces that came out from the scalloped edge. You could use those if you want for decor on your package. I don't know that I want to, but could. And clean that edge up. Oh, that's cute. I like that. So I may do that. And this is from our postage stamp edge. Remember I told you guys the other day not to throw that stuff out? I think I do like that. That's a little long. off. That's cute. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to do it. Just kind of gluing that down onto my circle. Why not? So many different things you can do. How stinking cute is that? So then we can make our bow. And I know I cut a bow. You can do a paper bow. You can do a ribbon bow, whatever you want. This one is in the file for the blue. And let's see. I'm going to come around this way. So I'm just going to put some glue right there in the center. And I'm going to bring this tail over. And there is a medallion on this one, but I didn't cut it. I didn't want it. And I'm going to put a little glue there. And fold that one over. And this is going to be the back of my bow, because I'm going to put something over it. Let me do it this way. This will be the front. This is cute. I think I might put this one over here. Oops, my glue didn't hold yet. Hey, Sue. Sue was Black Friday shopping. And then you can actually glue this down wherever you think you might want it to live. And then I have some enamel dots. I got these off of Amazon in a multi-pack with several colors. And I think I'm just going to throw different colors on there. Just randomly. Throughout. There. These don't want to lift up though. They're on there. Good and sticky. There we go. Let's see. One. Doesn't want to play fair. There we go. Put that in there. And these are in 3 different sizes, so I'm going to kind of mix them up. Doesn't want to turn loose of me. There we go. I'm just doing these random, guys. Maybe, did I put a medium? Yeah, that's a medium color. I'm going to put a lighter color. Right there. And I think I'm going to take one of the large dark ones and pop it right. Actually, give me that back. I'm going to take that circle that I cut off. These are the scraps from my postage stamp project. How stinking cute. Done. Super easy and simple. And I used some of my scraps. How cute is that? Super easy custom gift wrap. Does anybody have any questions on how we created any of it? Do I need to cover anything else? Go over it again with anybody? Hey, Ursula. Hey, Donna, you snuck in on me. Oh, looks like we got a little bit of a spammer there. Sorry about that, guys. I've been getting messages from them too. Okay. We got them. And again, guys, you can do these in any colors. You can, whatever inks you have, use what inks you have, match up your paper, or get your paper and then get some small. You don't need a big ink pad. You can get some of those little small square ink pads. You can use those. Those are perfect for it. Something that coordinates with your paper works perfectly fine. And again, this was just the scrap that cut from between the two pieces that I had. And I cut more pieces, so I had more of them. But if you cut two, you will have one of these, and you can just dress up your package. And it kind of matches with the little cross pieces here, so a lot of fun. All right. Any other questions? Is anybody having any design space issues or anything? I forgot to put on a snowflake. I don't really think this one needs it. I should have put it right there. I'm gonna pull that up. I'm gonna change it. If I can get that dot off of there. Well, I got the whole thing up. Let's see. I have another dot I can put in there. I'm gonna put the dot on the snowflake. Crafter's work is never done. Happy accidents, right? Yes, I did make the snowflake stencil. Do you guys need me to cover how I did that? I use Cricut foil acetate to do that with. I want a glue dot. Now that's better. I like it. I like it. Oop, got to make sure you get it to stick though. April. I lost my sticky. There we go. Okay, let's pop over and show how to make the stencil. And I will add it into this. Let's see. Instead of a snowflake, because it doesn't matter your image, it's going to be the same step, okay? Get a place where my mouse can work. Here we go. All right. So let's say that we want this to match. Let's say we want a holly stencil to go in here instead of these snowflakes, or you can use these snowflakes here, either one. Because I welded those. I can't unweld them. We'll do it with these. So all you're going to do to create your stencil to match this here, you can do this right here. You're going to get a square. And whenever I'm doing anything from Cricut acetate, I make it a light blue color, super light blue, and that tells me when I open the file that that's acetate. That's just me. You can, but I'm used to doing that. Now you can come in here and you can change the name of it and say acetate stencil. So you can change the name of it to remind you. We're going to arrange. We're going to bring this to the front. And I would probably make this a little bit bigger than this one over here, just because I want different sizes. So we're going to unlock that. And it just depends on how much area you want to cover with your stencil. And then you're going to select the two, and you can subtract or you can unite. I'm just going to subtract that. I mean, not unite, subtract or slice. And I'm just going to subtract it. So it will cut, and that will make my stencil. And because it's subtracted, if you decide that you want to change your image, if you subtract, guys, instead of slice, you can undo it. Remember, I can come in here and I can undo my subtract, and then I can change that and put another image on that. So I already have my sizing done. But that's all you're going to do. Super easy and simple. So if you wanted to do holly leaves, you're just going to subtract the holly leaves out of that square. So this is going to cut a square for your stencil. And you can make that a little bit bigger so that you don't go off the edges like I was. That's totally up to you. If you don't watch closely, you can go off the edge and create a line on your package. So you might want to give yourself more room away from these cut edges. Did that help, Irma? You're very welcome. Very easy to make your stencils, and I love using the Cricut acetate. Guys, if you don't have acetate, you can use craft board. Okay? It's just going to wear out on the edges sooner than the plastics will. And if you don't want to do that, you could cut these. Okay, here's an idea, guys. If you're looking to get into that AutoPress giveaway, you can cut this from iron-on, maybe some iron-on foil, and iron it onto your package, as well as slice it out of this cardstock. So you can slice the image from this, and then also cut this from your foil iron it onto your paper. So that will give you an iron-on project, because it is an access image and it's using iron-on, and then that makes your gift wrap package eligible for the AutoPress giveaway. And I forgot to tell you guys, if you're going to use your snowflakes, I'm going to have to go back and take mine off again and redo it. Don't forget to peel your liner off your Cricut acetate. I say it so much and then I went and forgot it. If any of you have never used it, let me show you really quick. Your acetate has a liner on it to protect the design. And some of them have it, the clear has it on both sides, and the patterned, that's where I'm getting that ink, is off this stencil. The patterned has it on one side. And you're just going to peel that plastic off. Now I won't get ink on myself because it was on that ink edge. So you want to peel that. Oops, did we lose our overhead? Yes, we did. I'm sorry, guys. Lost the overhead. let's see. Let me come over here. More than one way to skin a cat. You want to peel that liner off. Thank goodness for a backup camera, right? See if I can get it started. I have to start it over here under my light. Make sure I've got the right side. All right, there we go. So on your, make sure I'm on camera. On your acetate, you have that film. I can't grasp it. Sorry guys, that camera is about, there we go. Now I have it. You're just going to peel that liner off so that you get that clearness on that acetate. So don't forget to peel those. And here's the one that came off of this piece. So make sure you're peeling that off so that your acetate's nice and crisp and clear. Yeah, it went dark. It says my camera overheated. So I forgot to turn it off. It's been on for 2 days, and I turned it off and let it sit for a couple hours. It felt cool, but it's overheated again because I left it on so long. All right, guys, make some gift wrap. Show me what you came up with. There's no limit to this. It is limitless. Birthdays, anniversaries, Christmas, you name it. New Year's, Valentine's. It is limitless. You can do any packaging. And again, whatever width, I showed you how to make the scalloped edge. If you want to do a scalloped edge, you can make that width, any width that you want it. All right, guys, happy crafting. Show those projects, enter those giveaways, and I will catch you on Sunday, and we will do the drummer, the nutcracker. Not the drummer, the nutcracker. You're welcome, Loretta. You guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Happy Black Friday shopping, and I will see you Sunday. You're welcome, Tina.